real time?
Well, I think as you go back and you look at the video from Saturday, obviously I thought the way we came out, we talked about all week having a dominating performance. The good teams, really good teams, dominate when they're supposed to dominate. And so we talked about that all week long, and just being able to come out offensively and trying to set the tempo early, and I think we did that. So I was pleased. The first 20 plays, you scored 2 touchdowns. You had great tempo going, and you're able to get some young guys in. That's the other thing that stood out on film. Some of the younger guys were able to get in. You're able to get quality reps in, and some good evaluation tape on those guys. And so that was good to see. I thought from an offensive unit, I thought we got better. I thought that was probably the best way that we could improve this football team offensively, was to be able to get some young guys and get them some reps, and because you just don't know how many opportunities you're going to get for that over the course of a year to gain some experience. And so we were able to see that and get some good evaluation tape on film.
Well, talking about that, was there anything that kind of went in your mind, wow, maybe we can't play this guy earlier or more? Has anyone stood out because of that?
Well, a lot of it was just reassuring what we've been seeing in fall camp. There was some promises, some what I call flash in the pans. They look good one play, and then they want another play, or there was some promise in some younger guys. Obviously, you want to see Isaiah Battle, Joe Gore. Those are guys that you saw a lot of promise in, that are going to be really good ball players here. They're not there now. That's kind of reassured what we've been seeing in fall camp. That from a mindset, they're not there yet, but they're going to be okay. They've got to let us coach them hard through the course of the week. And as a young player, that's kind of hard to do. They're not used to that, and that's okay. We understand that, but for them to be able to see and instead of just seeing themselves in practice, now they get to see themselves in game situation and things we got to get them better at. I was pleased to see that. So we started Shaq Anthony. Shaq started for us at right tackle and did a good job. Looking back on film. We've got to get more physical from a run blocking standpoint, but again, those are things that we've seen. So it's not like, oh well, this just all of a sudden showed up. And he knows that. We've talked about that. I've shared that with him, and so it was good. It was good for those guys to see themselves. So I really felt like that we got a lot better offensively because of the way things went Saturday.
See, Zach Brooks, I think he had one play where he went the wrong side of the quarterback, but beyond it.
Yeah, Zach was able to get in and get. I think he had 20-something snaps, 22 snaps, somewhere in there. He had one mental mistake, which was going the wrong way, but it was good. It was good to see him catch a ball. It was good to see him run the football. He too, a lot like some of those younger guys up front. They hit a wall and you try to pull them through it, and hey, come on, but Zach's going to be okay. There ain't no doubt. We're excited about Zach. I think he sees he's got to continue to get bigger. He's got to get stronger, he's got to become more mentally tough through the whole process, as all young players do. It's not just Zach, but so it was good to see and get him some quality reps, because I think that's going to be a big plus for us down the road.
Anticipate having Gifford this week?
Yes. Yeah, we anticipate having him back. I don't know that for a fact. Because we hadn't seen him work out yet, but we'll see.
How much work do you give Sammy this week? What do you want to kind of do with him this week, being at his first game back action?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing you got to do is he's got to get in and get his work in, and we've got to get him up to speed and kind of back the timing back right on a lot of things. I anticipate Sammy, playing as if he would, in a normal situation. We got to get some good quality reps in with Sammy. He's got to get game speed, and he'll be ready for that. But no.
obviously the offense has done really well without him, but what will it mean for you guys to get him back for this week and also down the road?
Well, I think it just gives you another dimension. Obviously, we've seen that. We saw that last year. You know, it's something that you know you've had Nuke, which has had 2 really good games, and you know Sharon Peak had a really good game. Adam had a lot of catches, and I just think it's going to give you that depth. It's going to allow you to put some guys back to where they were instead of Sharon Peak being more backing up Adam. Now he's over here. He and Adam working together. It's going to be he and Nuke will be working together, and you'll see Sammy back in his normal rotation. It's going to give us a lot more depth. It's going to get a lot more of our arsenal in, and make us a lot more explosive, in my opinion.
It seems like this offense is running at a lot faster tempo than it ever did last year. I know up in the press box, it's almost hard to even take notes on it.
Yeah.
Because y'all are snapping the ball again. Are you pretty pleased with what you've seen there?
Well, we're doing our job if we're making you guys a little tough right there, keeping stats. That's kind of our #1 goal right there. Check that off the board right there. No, I really, and people have asked me that if they're calling the game and saying, you know, it's just kind of tough for us up there, and that's good. That's what we want. We're, you know, and I said it in the off season that we wanted to be faster than we've ever been, and be faster than we were last year, and we're doing that. You know, we're snapping the ball. You know, with 30 seconds on the clock, then we'll snap it with 22 on the clock, and just trying to we'll try to change the tempo of the game up. But you know, as I do every week, you try to come in and show clips of where tempo really works at your advantage to your players, and you know, you're able to come in and pull 8 to 10 clips again this week of where we got guys that you know their hands are on their hips, and our players, again, I said it in my press conference after the game, our guys are taking a lot of pride in that. They're really aware of the number of snaps that were taken in the first half and first quarter, and they're asking, Coach, how many snaps have we already taken? And I'd say, well, hey, we got 43 snaps, and there's 8 minutes left in the second quarter. And they're like, good, we can get 50. I know we can, because they want to break that 100 mark. And so, you know, again, we're not trying to hurry up to mess up, but I think that they've got a really good feel of the tempo that we want to play at, and how much it is a great neutralizer.
Speaking of that, did you see where you made Steve Spurrier's post-game comments about the number of snaps?
What was it?
Oh, he just said that they ran 50 snaps, I think, in the first half, and the Clemson's coaches would be proud.
Oh, okay. We ran 55. We were proud of that. You know, that was good.
Todd made a comment after the game about Sammy came to him and said, "Don't throw any more than new. He's catching up with me," or something like that. It's pretty good to have that kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. I talked to Sammy. I don't know if he can start for us right now, so that's what I asked him after the game. I said, "I don't know if you can start for us right now." But no, it was good. He was, you know, I think Sammy's done a great job of helping those younger guys out and really being a coach out there. It was good to see him on the sidelines really communicating with those guys and communicating with Taj. Sammy was coming up to me during the course of the game telling me things he was seeing. And so those are things that you really like to see. And obviously we know what kind of player Sammy Watkins is and what he's going to add to this offense. And but you know, they've been playing pretty well for the first couple weeks, and that's all it has been, is just 2 good games offensively for 2 weeks, and big deal. What are you going to do now? So, and now to get Sammy back, it's really going to, you know, it's going to give us a boost, kind of that energize.
Those reserve guys who graded out the best?
Reserve guys that graded out the best, that had some of the better performances. You know, I thought, you know, Kaylon had some good moments. Isaiah Battle, Joe Gore, they both graded out and had some good things. You know, Spencer Region played a lot of snaps. He did some good things, and so it was probably the best of all of them was Ryan Norton. You know, Ryan right now is head and shoulders above. You know, if you want to look at all those guys up front that are coming as reserve, Ryan Norton is that guy that is really playing well. And but again, it's no surprise because during fall camp he was the guy. I mean, he was a guy that was really playing well, and he was put in because of the Dalton situation. He had to. So I'm excited about Ryan, but it's really good in that regard.
Sorry, how many deep shots did you call? I think you said you called 14 last night.
Yeah, I think we had 18. Called 18. 18 times we called, so we were on track to hit our goal.
What do you consider a deep shot? Like how many yards down the field are you?
Well, yeah, no, let's back that up. A big play, an explosive play for us in the passing game is 16 or more yards. 12 or more in a run game, 16 or more in the passing game. Just because I call a shot doesn't mean the ball goes beyond 16 yards. But it may be a pull down and run. It may be a check down. It could be something else. But, where you actually have the opportunity to build in to take the deep ball shot, we had 16 or 18 of them this week called.
I think you mentioned that guys like Battle and Gore, you said they were looking for the missing puzzle piece. Is there any
Yeah.
areas other than like intensity in areas you point to they need to improve to be that consistent guy
Well,
for you?
yeah, there is. There really is. That's a good question. I think the main thing is they gotta understand that a lot of young guys, and coaching high school ball, I get it. A lot of those young guys, they think that we can just show up on game day and here we go. We're ready. We're strapped up, mouthpiece in, ready to go. And what they forget sometimes is the hard work that you have to put in through the course of the week, and the mental strain that we've got to put them in, and the physical strain we got to put them in through the course of the week to get to game day. Game day should be the easiest day of all days, okay? And that's the way we practice, and our veteran guys get it. Now, they didn't get it last year, but they get it, and they understand that now, that we're going to hold them to such a high standard through the course of the week and put so much mental strain on them and physical strain on them, the tempo we go at, the game day is slow. And that's what you want. But with young guys coming in there, it's hard to see that. It's hard to see the whole, the big picture of things. And, so those are the things that we've got to make sure that we continue to coach them on. And we will. And a lot of it comes from experience. You just go through it. But they're going to be fine, believe me. They've got a lot of talent right there. It's just getting to that point to understand, and hey, look, we're going to coach you hard today and all the way through the week and on Friday. And then, you know what? On Friday, we may let up a little bit on you, not going to let up much. But Saturday's your turn to perform. And I think they're going to get there. It's just it's a growing process with those guys.
How much apprehension do you have about Beasley's knee right now?
Well, the way we were told yesterday, and I saw him this morning, that he's gonna go out and go through some stuff today, and I kind of expect him to be okay, ready to go. I mean, so.
Can you educate us on Furman a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Probably one of the more winningest programs overall. In that conference, in that division. Very, very much tradition rich. I know they took Florida to all they wanted for most of the game last year, and watching, I know they're coming in 0-2, but they very well could be 2-0 as they are 0-2. These kind of going back to like last week. I've been on that side of the ball. Those guys, they got nothing to lose and everything to gain out of this. And I think it was just a short year ago that we played a Wofford team that came in here and in a real similar situation that gave us all we wanted. And so this group is they're going to look for anything positive that they can build on and to come in here. I guarantee you this is going to be a highlight of their young season, and we're going to get their best shot. I can tell you that. They're going to give us their best punch, and again, we've got to do what we do, but we definitely give them all the respect that and what they've done over there has been remarkable. We've got several guys on our staff that have played there and coached there. So,
For 2 weeks, what's your assessment of Martavis?
With Martavis, obviously, we've got continued to improve. He's done some good things. He's had a couple drops, several drops that that really uncharacteristic of him. He's got some mental assignments or mental busts through the course of the game that we got to get better at. We've got to learn to be more physical and block better without the ball. Those are some things as well as all of them. But I think that he's given us he's given us some depth, and but he's got to continue to grow his knowledge of this offense.
A lot of the focus on Taj this offseason was from the mental side, handling the game and situations. But physically, with throws, are there any throws you've been working with him on improving and attacking?
Yeah. I've been working with him on making sure we're throwing to our color jerseys. That's a big thing, and making sure we're in that regard. But yeah, it's and he's done a good job of that. And I say that in all fairness to him, because he's put a lot of time and a lot of effort in this off season and this summer in improving his game from a mental mindset, and learning how to overcome a bad play and how to go to the next play. And so those are things that I've been pleased with, and watching him and seeing how he's growing. And he's a veteran player. We talked about that all during fall camp. We talked about it during the spring ball, that you're now a veteran football player. At some point in time, you've got to start playing like one. And I think that's what you've seen. I mean, he made another great 3rd down and 5 run. He pulled it down and gained 8 yards. To me, that was one of the highlights of his night. I know he threw a few touchdowns, but to me, that was the highlight of his night, because we go on and score a touchdown on that drive, and we don't do that if he doesn't, And I don't think he would have done that last year. And I know he wouldn't have done it late in the year. He might have done it early in the year. But you're really starting to see just his confidence in our meeting rooms. I tell him that all the time. I mean, it is a different Taj boy than what it was.
Dalton Freeman didn't come out of the game the first game. He had him out by the 2nd quarter, and he said he didn't know what to do. It felt funny.
Well, he was doing a good job as being a coach over there on the sidelines. But it was an opportunity to present herself. I think we took our guys out around the 4-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, or remaining in a half, somewhere in that area, and really had intent to put them back in to start the 3rd and let them get one series in. But there was no sense in it. I mean, it worked out. Our guys were able to really become a coach on the field and work with those young guys, and they got a lot of good out of that. It was really impressive listening to those guys.
Being on the sideline during that 2nd half, trying to talk to the guys. It was a different side.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. All of them that way. And they were truly a coach on the field at that point, really helping those young guys out.
Anything else?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.